I'd like to just, because I think it's a very interesting story about how, at least to me, I hope you find it interesting, and kind of to understand how we receive this beautiful feast day and the significance of this feast day for us and the early church. So allow me to be a little bit historical in what I am sharing with you. So back in the 5th century was a very troubling time in our church. There were several heresies that were being promulgated at the time, and one of them was this heresy of Nestorianism from an individual, a bishop named Nestorius, and he was the bishop of Constantinople. And he had a teaching and he promoted this teaching that Jesus Christ was two persons, two individuals, a divine Christ and a human Jesus. And in him there were two persons who resided. And Nestorius, he had a real good intention in all of this. I mean, he wasn't just trying to cause trouble, because before Nestorius, there was another heresy, and that heresy was teaching that Jesus wasn't really human, that he looked human, but he wasn't really human. He didn't have, for example, a human will like we do, like a freedom of choice. And that's what was being taught. And that was a heresy as well. So Nestorius was going to try to combat that, but unfortunately, he went overboard. So not only said Jesus was truly human and he had a will, but he went further to say he was so human, his humanity was separate from his divinity, and there were two people in Christ, in Jesus. The church, had a council at that time, and realizing that Nestorius was wrong as well. What he was teaching was not rooted in really what the church received from Christ, from the early apostles. And so the church defined and let it be known to us clearly, and that's what we believe today, is that Jesus Christ is one person. There's no two to him. And united in his one person is his human nature and his divine nature, both coexisting, united in the one person of Jesus Christ. So today we say Jesus is truly human and truly divine. One person, Jesus Christ, truly human and truly divine. This is our teaching now, but it wasn't always so clear before. And how the church back in the 5th century combated this heresy was to teach a beautiful doctrine, a dogma, which is the highest level of church teaching, about Mary and who Mary is. And the church wisely promoted that if we understand Mary, we will understand Jesus. And likewise, if we understand Jesus, we will understand Mary. So what am I getting at? So the council of Ephesus, that's what it was called, back in the 5th century, all the bishops got together and they proclaimed this dogma. It had already been taught, it had already been believed, but they made it now that a dogma that everyone had to believe it, that we're defining what Christianity is. And they said that part of our faith is to believe that Mary is the mother of God. Now, they had a point in this, and they're trying to make a point mainly about Jesus. And they wanted to make a point that you cannot just say, as Nestorius did, you cannot just say that Jesus is, or Mary is the mother of Jesus, but he would not say that Mary is the mother of God, because Nestorius believed that there were these two persons, that Mary gave birth to the human Jesus, but not the divine Jesus. So that's how Nestorius thought. But we don't understand Jesus as two individuals. So the church taught, if we believe that Jesus is truly God and truly man, when we proclaim Mary as the mother of God, it is in fact teaching the unity of Jesus Christ. Mary is the mother of Jesus. Jesus is God. Therefore, Mary is the mother of God. This is what the church wanted to put forth. And I find this so interesting and beautiful because it really shows an interrelationship between Jesus and Mary. We understand who Mary is, and it leads us to correctly understand who Jesus is. And as we love and we get to know who Jesus is, naturally Jesus draws us to the special role that Mary had in salvation history. So today we honor Mary in her beautiful role in giving us Jesus Christ, who is truly man and truly God. And we honor Jesus and thank him for this beautiful gift of salvation that he has given us in his life, that he was born to us, and ultimately he gives his life for us. So Happy New Year, my brothers and sisters in Christ, and we celebrate this beautiful solemnity today.